Molemo Maarohanye, aka Jub Jub, appeared in court on Thursday after he turned himself in to the police. Maarohanye, popularly known as Jub Jub, was charged with rape, attempted murder, and assault. He was granted bail and ordered to return to court on August 24. Born as Molemo Maarohanye, Jub Jub is a 43-year-old South African media personality who is a successful rapper, TV host of popular shows such as We Are Jola 99, You Promised to Marry Me, and Uthando Nkolo, which air on Moja Love DSTV channel 157. The rapper and TV presenter Jub Jub was charged with rape, attempted murder, and assault in 2021. He was then granted a bail of 10,000. The National Prosecuting Authority said the alleged crimes dated back to 2006. He will face 3 counts of rape, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 1 count of assault. The spokesperson for the National Prosecuting Authority, Pindi Njondwane, said the charges came after comments the artist made on a podcast in 2021. The podcast was Podcast and Chill with McG. You see, Jub Jub was no stranger to prison or its steel bars full of sweaty, horny men, as he served a sentence before. In 2012, Jub Jub and his friend Themba Shabalala were convicted of murder after they crashed into a group of school children while drag racing on Soweto streets 2 years earlier. 4 people died and 2 others suffered severe brain injuries. The murder convictions were overturned in 2014 and they were deemed to have committed culpable homicide. Culpable homicide has been defined in South African law simply as the unlawful, negligent killing of a human being, the rough equivalent to involuntary manslaughter in Anglo-American law. The men were released from prison in early 2017.
He brought me here. I'm not gonna filter shit.
Of course.
No, man.
And I don't care who's gonna be upset, Jabo.
Nah,
Yeah.
we don't care.
Dog, let's talk about life before you went to jail, bro. How was it, dog? Where were you chilling?
It was the best.
Bro, what were you doing? What was going on? Because I looked at you on TV, I'm like, this nigga's a fucking rock star.
Rockstar.
I wanted to be like Jub Jub, bro.
Yeah.
It was the best. It was fun. It was fun. I had a great time growing up.
Which ladies were you smashing there? Was it Amanda Dupont?
She was one of them.
Nah.
Ooh, you were smashing that.
Yeah, before you went to jail.
Oh,
Yeah.
How was that relationship like?
I mean, it was good. I fucked up. Because I had a stupid.
I saw Amanda Dupont.
So he goes on like this a bit longer. He talks about how the relationship was going. You know, he was just being braggadocious about it. You know, it was just like, yeah, I smashed her. So he's admitting to a sexual relationship and how it went and how he fucked up, but doesn't really go into detail into what happened or, you know, like specifics. You'll understand as we go on what I mean by specifics.
So I was dating Amanda. She was still after.
Yeah.
We dated. When we dated, relationship went on for about 3 years.
Oh, wow, that's a long time, bro. That's a long time.
And then we stayed together in the south.
You stayed together. Damn, this was serious, bro.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was a hit and run.
Nah, fucking set.
I thought so too up until Asia. I thought so too, but yeah, and then yeah, we moved in together. She moved up to where she was staying, stayed together, and then Esan. Like I was saying, Uchu been father, like there was just so many temptations. But me being with Amanda, it was never about mina umfebela. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mina kunomuntu okuthi when I was with Amanda, this person mina ngivele ngabona nje ichichi.
Yeah.
Ichichi mina mangibona ichichi hayi ngithi ne hayi bathi ichichi ambona ukuthi hayi no fit what ngithi ngizokama ngidlule.
Let's operate.
Yeah, let's operate. Just like any other gent. You understand what I'm saying? So It was supposed to be that, yabo. And at that time, this person, dog, she knew a lot of journalists. She knew a lot of, like, she was, everywhere. Before I knew it, there's a picture of me and her in the newspaper. Amanda saw it. When I got home, Amanda moved out.
Damn.
I think the biggest, I never saw it coming, but I saw myself spending a lot of time with Kelly, but I did not know what she'd done for that to happen. Yeah, it was almost like sharing a cake.
Wait, what she had done?
Well, look, it's not anything new. Everybody knows Kelly uses a muti. So
muti.
Yeah, so everybody knows that Kelly uses a muti, and I guess maybe she'll use that for me to stay.
Was about her.
No. Nah, bro. No.
Yeah, mama muti.
Oh shit.
So yeah, So
Crazy, bro.
So
you broke up with Amanda because of Kelly?
yeah.
Damn. And
Basically.
how do you meet Kelly?
And growing up in Pilimpilo Upcheat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Naturally.
So Pega at that time, mina ubegu Amanda to Pont, ubegu Kelly. The equation was not adding up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was no ways ever that I would have gone for Kelly over Amanda.
Of course.
Yeah, bro?
Your sober mind and
Yeah, so
without moods.
yeah, because I remember, and the first time we was with Taboo at thing is Zizi Kota's party.
This is the first time you met her?
The first time I shy.
Oh, Umshai.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
I was there at that party, dog.
This is Kota's.
Yeah, Taboo.
Back then.
Yeah.
So it was wild. It was wild. So that was the time.
Yeah.
That was the time she was there with. I was there with. Well, I was there alone, but her sister was there with Kelly.
Yes.
And it was just so unfortunate, and yeah, that's it.
how did you know though, Uti, that she lured you with?
My mother told me.
Oh.
My mother told me, and then mangpeka my actions wam nami. Ngithi nyabona with man. I'm a good dude. I got a conscience. I got a good heart. I don't think I would have done that to her.
So as you saw in that clip, he was talking about how his relationship with Kelly Khumalo was going, started making accusations such as Umuti made him cheat on Amanda with Kelly. I'm not gonna try and discredit people's beliefs in Muti and witchcraft. He claims that Muti played a part in him cheating and talks about his son and how their entire parental relationship is going and his mentality, her victim mentality especially, and the last conversation they had with each other.
Before you try to remember, what was your last communication with Kelly?
What do you mean?
Like talking, communicating with her, be it phone, text, or anything.
What do you mean? It's 2021 now. What do you mean? When was my last conversation? Oh.
Like, what was it? Not when. What was it? The last time you spoke to her.
I wanted my son. Person, she's digging a grave for me. But the rest, I guess they'll see on the documentary. But then nonetheless, when I said I respected Kelly up until this reality thing, does not want to see his son. Jub Jub is a deadbeat dad. Jub Jub is a what. Jub Jub in Jub this, Jub that. Kelly's been saying that. And Kelly ngati one time like I don't know what's going on.
So he goes on to talk about his Christmas gifts to his son being rejected and being blocked from seeing his son whenever he wanted to by Kelly, and talked more in depth about some person named Bonsai and how Bonsai and Kelly were scheming to hurt him or kill him. I'm not really sure about the details, but he talked about how his ancestors protected him and all that stuff. Also added more about Usomizi and how Usomizi was a bad friend to him, didn't help him. As you know, Usomizi is Kelly's best friend or gay best friend, whatever that is. And also alluded at the end to how girls can send you to prison by lying, which brings us to this next part. Amanda Dupont. Responding to the comments Jub Jub made on the show, actress Amanda Dupont accused him of raping and physically assaulting her while they were dating in a video she posted in 2021.
Hey guys, so I literally pray to God that He gives me the strength to be able to say what I need to say without crying the whole time. So I'd like to address things that were said about me by Molemo Maarohanye, Jub Jub on Mac G's show, as well as Mac G. So there's three things that I mainly want to address. The first was saying that he smashed me. First of all, Molemo, you raped me. I was raped for 2 years solidly. So please don't make it sound like it was a relationship. I was absolutely afraid to leave, afraid of the power that your mother had in being around you at the time. I was aware of the stifling and sifting of money your mother was doing with Oprah. So, and also what you guys did in terms of Muti and medicine, which you made me believe my life would be a danger if I spoke up. So, no, you didn't smash me. You forcefully opened my legs and forced yourself on me numerous times for 2 years and made me believe I had no way out. In that time, I had an abortion, of course, because there was absolutely no way I would have a child that was forcefully given to me. And the most painful part about all of this is that I was a virgin. And I told him at the time, I had told Jub Jub that I was a virgin, and I planned to be a virgin until the day I got married. And the first time he raped me, the next morning, I had been trying to get hold of my friend the whole night who lives in my building, but the next morning when he eventually did open the door, and he can be a testimony to this, is Richard Lukunku, you know, I came to you because I didn't know what to do, and I came to you crying for help. I was afraid, and I've really tried to mind my own business, but what I will not stand for is for you to degrade my name. I don't understand why you have an interview and you have to speak about me. You are at such a low point in your life that you should actually be spending your time apologizing for the children that you killed because you were high. Instead, you are trying to bring my name that I've worked so hard to build the success that I have, okay? The woman that you knew back then, she doesn't exist, okay? I'm no longer afraid. You cannot bring me down, break me apart. Yes, you may have raped me for 2 years solidly. And I want people to know the criminal that you really are. I really wish, you know, that you served a longer jail time, that you were still in prison. You know, just to describe, I've actually never spoken about this. I've never even opened about I've told my husband in bits and pieces of this time in my life, because I think I actually blocked it out because it was so traumatic to me. But he would do things like wait for there to be people to rape me because it got boring just to rape me plain and at home. I remember the one time I had my siblings visiting from school, and he would do it while they were around in the same room so that I wouldn't scream, you know. I want people to know the kind of person that I dealt with, and to have some man speak about me like, you're so smooth, you managed to smash me. You didn't smash me, you raped me. You raped me, and I was still a good enough person, and I never ever spoke about it. I focused on my own and carried on with my own life. But what I will not do is let you destroy my name. I wrote a few notes so that I don't forget everything. And the other thing that you said is I left you because I saw a picture with Kelly. I just want people to know that I left because he tried to kill me. He suffocated me. He literally suffocated me. And I remember that day so vividly. It was like I prayed to God for the strength to kick him off, which I did. He had locked all the doors. He would lock me in the house sometimes, take my car, monitor my movements. I was in varsity at the time. I would not always be allowed to have my own car. I wouldn't be allowed certain friends. My friend Lusanda, who was the only friend who was allowed in my life at the time. So it's not true. I didn't leave because I saw a picture. I left because he tried to kill me. And I was always afraid to leave because of the threats that were made. But at that moment where he tried to kill me, I knew that the very thing I was afraid of, which was dying, I knew was meant to happen that day. So I actually got away. And when I got away, I went to the police station to try and open a case of abuse and rape. an attempted murder, and the police officer said to me to go home and think about my decision, because she is so sick and tired of women coming to report their boyfriends and husbands only having to take them back after all the abuse. So I just wish I had more information about how to get out and how to deal with rape and what it is that you should do when it happens to you. But in the beginning stages when it happened to me, I would reach out to my friends and they didn't do anything. One of my friends still calls me and says he regrets not helping me. The other thing that I would like to address, sorry my phone cut, is saying that I specifically came to visit Molemo in prison on some personal visit. Alright, so DJ Spoo, actually I do a lot of charity work. DJ Spoo called me and said, would I be keen to do some charity work? There are some prisoners in the cells who have decided to change their lives around, who have been studying and they're having a graduation. So I actually went there for a charity event. I had no idea that Molemo was one of the criminals locked up in that very prison. I had no idea he would be there. I had no idea there would be media there. I went there for a charity event and in fear, I panicked. He asked for a photo. I took the photo and did my best to smile, but I did not go there to visit him. One of his close friends had reached out to me because there was a funeral, and he said to me, Amanda, hey, we haven't heard from you in a long time. You know, what happened to you? And I said, well, you know, to be blatantly honest, your friend has been raping me. I endured rape for 2 years, so I don't ever want to see him again. And he said, why didn't you say something? Because we've had so many out-of-court settlements for him doing similar things to different women. Any woman who've endured any abuse from MacG, from Molemo Jub Jub, because I genuinely believe that it takes an abuser and someone who condones gender-based violence to have been able to conduct an interview like this and to speak of women in such a manner. It is 2021, guys. It is not okay anymore. I'm actually really proud of myself for speaking up about this and telling my story. For years I was traumatized. I remember literal flashbacks of my younger sister and I literally running away from the house because we were afraid. We were afraid of what would happen to us. My spirit almost died. I almost died. I tried to kill myself twice because of what you did. But you know what? I'm so grateful. I don't regret anything that has happened to me. I think I've come out stronger. And I will take you up to court legally for defamation of character, both MacG and Jub Jub.
Following that, in February 2022, Sowetan reported that Amanda Pont had opened a case against Maarohanye. Other women reportedly came forward after Pont's video, including Kelly Khumalo. According to News 24, Jub Jub said that Amanda was accusing him because she didn't disclose their relationship with her husband. He then posted on his Instagram saying, "No weapon, lies, or scheming formed against me shall prosper." Maarohanye was arrested last month and made his second appearance in Johannesburg Magistrates Court on Thursday. Molemo Maarohanye's lawyer, Ntsako Baloyi, on Thursday requested a lengthy postponement to November this year to explore all avenues available to squash the charges. While prosecutor Agnes Bezuidenhout indicated the state was ready to set a trial date, she did not oppose the postponement and it was ultimately granted. While on the other hand, Amanda Pont is not allowing internet trolls to dampen her spirits after laying charges of rape, attempted murder, and assault against ex-boyfriend Jub Jub. And while Amanda Pont has not directly addressed Jub Jub's arrest, she has hinted at her state of mind. On her Instagram stories, she shared a picture of what appeared to be a sunset in the Johannesburg skyline. The pic was set to a popular gospel track by group God's Property titled "My Life is in Your Hands." She also posted a clip of her blowing off steam in the gym by showing off her strong boxing skills. Amanda has reacted to an Instagram post by gender-based violence organization Women for Change, welcoming Jub Jub's arrest. According to the woman, she dated the rapper for a few months in 1998 or 1999 while she was in grade 11 or 12. She was a virgin at the time, and she says she communicated this with the Uyajola 99 presenter. She said one day he invited me over for a movie and popcorn at the house where he lived with his parents in Aturna, Johannesburg. The woman said they watched a movie and kissed. And she went on saying, and I quote, "He requested we move to the bedroom in case his parents come back. He tried to persuade me to have sex. I told him I was not ready. I repeatedly said no and kept pushing him away, and even used my knees and my legs to push him off because he was on top of me. He told me it would be quick and I should relax. A physical struggle ensued. He eventually overpowered me, pulled my legs open, and penetrated me. I was numb, and in complete shock, I stopped fighting. I was paralyzed. The experience was brief and painful. I was still numb afterwards. I put on my clothes and went home. The next day, Molemo called me and explained that I needed to get to the pharmacy and get morning after pills to prevent pregnancy. I did as instructed. It was a humiliating experience. The Sunday Times reports that 3 of Jub Jub's alleged victims are public figures who were previously close to him. The 4th woman is believed to be a relative of his. While on the flip side, we have Kelly Khumalo. Jub Jub issued a public apology letter to Kelly Khumalo via his social media accounts. Jub Jub, who shares a son with the singer, apologized for any distress or hurt he may have caused following the aftermath of his interview on an episode of Podcast and Chill with Mac G about how she seduced him with Umuti. The letter goes as follows. Kelly, I am really sorry. I did not mean for things to be here between you and I. My comments were taken out of context. However, it still doesn't make it right, he wrote. Jub Jub said that his apology is not in response to reports from news outlets that speculated that he was ordered to apologize to Kelly to get his job back at Moja Love, which he has been suspended from since the interview. He said, I had plans to make things right with you and I will do so outside of public domain. This is certainly not how I wanted to first apologize to you. However, because I made the comments on a public broadcast, it's only right I apologize publicly. Jub Jub said that he has a lot of respect for Kelly as a mother, and that in trying to set the record straight about him being an absent father and not caring for his son, a lot happened in a short space of time during the interview. He asked the public and the media to respect his privacy as he attempts to privately make things right with Kelly. I apologize to the women in South Africa at large too for any distress, disappointment or hurt I may have caused, and hope that one day you will find it in your hearts to forgive me. Jub Jub said he would be undergoing sensitivity classes for his use of language and would continue to work on himself as an individual. It seems that Twitter has grouped Jub Jub alongside Katlego Mabo as 2 male South Africans who are being brought down by women. Now, this is slightly different from the Mabo case, as this is an accusation of rape and physical abuse and assault. And from the evidence or the statements made, it would seem that the charges might actually be solid. Because I don't know much about law, but if the prosecutor is happy postponing a trial until a month later, it would seem that they would be confident that it's still going to go to trial. And it's kind of strange, like seeing the complete shift in mentalities in terms of accusations, because in the past with the Me Too movement, it was believe all women, and as we've seen, it's actually gone the opposite direction. A lot of women have been taking advantage of the system. But now it seems there's a shift where it's almost like do not believe all women, but believe the man first, which is again the wrong approach to this. I think people should actually wait until all the evidence is out before making their judgments and picking sides, because most people don't even do the research. Most people, for example, if you're a Jub Jub fan, you probably didn't do a deep dive to see both sides of the story. You probably just looked at a few clips from the opposing party and a lot of clips from your favorite personality, which is a bad way to go about cases like this. I'm not opposed to people just believing the guy, because in this case, Amanda's the one making the accusations. And if you bring on accusations, you should be the one with the burden of proving the case. So Amanda should be the one proving that she did this, because it's not up to Jub Jub to prove that he did not do this, because he cannot do that. He cannot. How do you prove you did not rape, or how do you prove you did not assault someone? But I don't know. Tell me about you. What are your thoughts on this case? Is your mind already made up? Have you picked a side? Or are you just going to wait until the information's out? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share with people who don't know about this entire ordeal. Peace.